You'd never know it now, watching her rocket across Lake Sammamish as a competitive rower, but 58-year-old Marilyn Proby suffered with back problems all her life.
I remember in the 5th grade, I was out in the berry fields picking blackberries, and I came home and I was very uncomfortable to the extent that I couldn't go back and pick blackberries.
What followed was a long trip into adulthood marked by periods of acute and then chronic back pain, through nursing school, a love affair with golf, and finally into a period where her back calmed down into middle age. But when Proby caught the competitive rowing bug in 2008, the old pain, and a new one in her hip and shooting down her leg, returned. And so did the long quest to find a solution through therapy, chiropractic sessions, injections, ice, ultrasound, and all the rest. With limited results, the fear was that rowing was going to have to come to an end.
My love of the sport, my love of being out on the water and being with my daughter was just not even something that I wanted to consider, that I would have to end this sport.
So enter Jessica Shattuck, a Sammamish Rowing Association teammate, and as luck would have it, an Apple physical therapist who was brought into the case. Luckier still that Shattuck is the chair of the Evidence-Based Practice Committee, which spearheads the push for the rapid implementation of research-based best practices, not over the course of decades, but right now.
The motto of evidence-based practice is if there is something out there that is proven to be the best, most effective intervention or evaluation technique, you darn well better be using it. And if there's something out there that is not, it has been proven to be not successful and not beneficial, you darn well better not be using that. Now there are plenty of interventions and evaluation techniques that have no research backing or refuting them. So there's this huge gray area, and there you have to rely on your experience and anecdotal outcomes. But for the things that are proven, you should be doing that.
I'm most impressed with the fact that she continually strives to keep herself well-educated, current. She's flexible in that she continues to evaluate as we go along if something's not working. She gives it a try, moves to a different therapy, moves in a different direction if we're not getting results. She's personable. There's no question but that she's dedicated to her profession and absolutely wants each one of her clients to have a perfect outcome.
Proby says she received the most comprehensive evaluation she ever had at Apple Physical Therapy, and that the one-on-one care was the difference maker when combined with a focus on techniques like deep core strengthening and joint mobilization. Today, Proby is a rowing machine without pain and a great example of why all Apple Physical Therapists do what they do.
When I have a patient that succeeds in rehab and returns to their sport, and comes back and says, I did it without pain and I was successful, I prospered, I won the race, or I won the game and hit the home run, that's incredibly satisfying.
And I would assume the same would be true for an injured worker or somebody coming out of a motor vehicle accident, or a lot of things who want to get back to their lives as well.
Oh yeah, when there's something that's pulling them, driving them to get better, that motivation, that buy-in is unparalleled.
And then you can really go to work.
Oh yeah.
It was so much fun to be in the boat and focus on pushing hard, working with my teammates, not having to be distracted with the discomfort, being able to feel like I was able to give 100% of myself to the boat. Getting off the water, coming home, sitting down to tell my husband about the regatta, and all of a sudden realizing, oh my gosh, I was pain-free before, during, and after. And my first impulse was, I stopped talking with my husband, I picked up the phone, I called Jess and I said, Jess, I'm pain-free.